This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 5.
Those who destroy property or hurt other people will be dealt with.
Charlotte is trying to clean up after a second night of protests turned violent, leaving many North Carolina residents wondering when the city will return to normal. We'll have more on the tensions in the Queen City in just a moment, but first we're tracking breaking news out of southwest Lubbock County. A pickup and semi-truck have collided off the Brownfield Highway southwest of Wolforth, just west of the new Jayferg Roofing Pros building. Initial reports say the pickup is trapped under the semi and that one of the drivers is trapped. The accident happened just before 4:30. Multiple agencies are on the scene, including the Lubbock Sheriff's Department. We do know that AeroCare was called out to the scene. A landing zone is being prepared and that traffic is being impacted because of the accident. There is no word at this time on the extent of any injuries, though. Of course, we'll continue to follow this developing story. Now to the latest out of North Carolina. The fatal shooting of an African-American by police in Charlotte has led to 2 nights of violent protest. And right now, that city remains on edge. There's concern it could be another difficult and even dangerous evening. Jay Gray is in Uptown Charlotte with the very latest. Jay.
Hey there, good evening, Christy. A state of emergency is in effect right now, but there still continues to be an uneasy tension here in the core of the city. State police and National Guard troops are moving in as the area prepares for a third night of protests. In Charlotte, Jay Gray, KCBD News Channel 11. Christy, back to you now.
Thanks, Jay. Even reporters have been targeted in the violence. CNN's Ed Lavandera was reporting on the protest when he was knocked to the ground by an apparent protester. He quickly got up and resumed his work, seemingly unhurt. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch has called for the violent protests to stop, and she said the Department of Justice is sending support to local officials there. Lynch, who is from Greensboro, North Carolina, said violent protests drown out the voices of change.
But today, the Department of Justice is sending 4 members of our Community Relations Service to Charlotte. Our Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services has also offered technical assistance and support for crowd mediation to local police. And the local FBI office stands ready to assist local law enforcement as well.
She also promised to help heal divides between law enforcement and communities of color. The Tulsa police officer who shot and killed a stranded motorist will face charges. Officer Betty Shelby has been charged with first-degree manslaughter. The charge comes less than a week after she shot and killed 40-year-old Terrence Crutcher. Dash cam and aerial footage of the shooting showed Crutcher walking away from the officer with his arms in the air. Her attorney said Shelby opened fire when the man started to reach into his SUV window. Crutcher's family pointed to an enlarged photo from police footage that appears to show Crutcher's window was rolled up. Police have said Crutcher did not have a gun on him or in his vehicle.
Officer Crutcher is presumed innocent under the law until a judge or a jury determines otherwise. Now, the question is going to be asked, where is she? I have had a judge review a probable cause affidavit. A warrant has been issued for her arrest.
The U.S. Justice Department has launched a separate investigation to see if the officers on the scene violated Crutcher's civil rights. Meanwhile, President Obama is reaching out to the mayors of Tulsa and Charlotte. He called the mayors to express his condolences about the tragic events and reassured them the administration's commitment to help and provide assistance. The president and the mayors agreed that police in both cities should find ways to calmly and productively engage protesters. The White House says President Obama is getting updates on situations in both cities. Back here at home, even though we've seen a beautiful 90-degree week, rain could be headed our way this weekend. John joins us from the Hub City Barbecue with what we can expect. Hi, John. Right now, more residents in a southwest Lubbock neighborhood are voicing their concern about a recent string of car break-ins. KCBD News Channel 11's Presley Fowler joins us from the Quincy Park neighborhood near 82nd and Quincy with more. Presley.
Well, Christy, that's right. And on Monday, we told you about a vandalism and a car break-in that happened on the 6900 block of 94th Street here in Quincy Park. Well, now we found out the problem is even more widespread as other residents have reached out to KCBD.
Jordan Daniels lives in Quincy Park at 93rd and Rochester, and he says this issue has been the talk of the neighborhood Facebook page. He says the car break-ins began about a month ago. and he says his neighbor's security camera footage caught the thieves on camera as they try every car before finding the one that is unlocked.
It's all opportunity. They're coming through, they'll come in off 93rd and they'll come down our street and they're just pulling on handles. If your car's open, they're gonna clean it out or they're gonna take something and vandalize your car.
We also spoke with Lubbock police to find out what they're doing in this area, as well as what residents can do to help protect their homes. We'll have that coming up tonight at 6. Christy, back to you.
Thanks so much, Presley. Right now, Lubbock police need your help to find a missing woman. Take a look. This is 37-year-old Emily Valadez. She's been missing since August 4th. Police say she is 5'2" and about 225 pounds. She was last seen near 4th and the Marcia Sharp Freeway. If you have any information, please call Crime Line at 741-1000. Lubbock police are investigating a rollover that started out as a chase. Emergency crews responded to the accident in the 1300 block of 19th Street, but police say it actually started near 19th and MLK. That's where they say a woman in an SUV began chasing her ex-boyfriend who was driving a Grand Marquis. The ex told police the woman fired a shot at him. She then pulled up close to him near downtown Lubbock. He told police he feared she would shoot again and swerved into her SUV, causing the SUV to flip. The woman in the SUV ran from the scene, but police say they do know her identity. They are looking at possibly filing aggravated assault charges against the woman. We now know the name of the person who was killed in a bicycle accident this morning. 73-year-old Jose Santos Amador of Plainview was riding east on FM 1767 around 8 o'clock this morning when he was hit by a driver in a GMC SUV. The driver said he did not see Amador because of the sun. Amador died at the scene. We are learning new details in that gas shortage across the southeast. Drivers could soon get relief. Gas is flowing again at the Colonial Pipeline site in Alabama. A massive leak in that pipeline last week led to a major supply shortage across the southeast. Crews finished building a bypass pipeline around the leak yesterday. Now they will begin cleaning up the spill and digging up the damaged pipeline.
There's not a timeline to get to it. If you remember, there's still going to be a lot of hazardous fumes in that area, so we're going to proceed cautiously.
The broken pipeline spilled up to 330,000 gallons of gasoline into a rural area, most of it flowing downhill into a small retention pond. Colonial says it is too early to tell what actually caused the leak. We are now learning that a federal judge has dismissed former Baylor football coach Art Briles and athletic director Ian McCaw from a lawsuit brought on by a woman who said they and the school ignored her claims that she was assaulted by a former player who was later convicted. The lawsuit against Baylor still stands, and the woman's attorney said she will file new lawsuits against Briles and McCaw as individuals in state court. The candidates are getting ready for Monday's debate, and one topic that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton could be talking about is the uproar in Charlotte. And former presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders is adding another title to his already long resume. Plus, a former State Department employee is in hot water with Congress. We'll tell you why. And John will tell us when we could see some cooler temperatures. Stay with us. We are just 5 days away from the presidential debate, and both major candidates are looking forward to it. And it's likely the unrest in Charlotte and police community relations will be an important topic. Edward Lawrence joins us from Washington with the latest on the presidential campaigns. Edward.
Well, hello, Christy. Hillary Clinton chose not to hold any events today. Edward Lawrence, KCBD News Channel 11. Christy, back to you.
Thanks, Edward. He's been a mayor, congressman, and a presidential candidate. Next, Senator Bernie Sanders will be adding young adult nonfiction author to his resume. His next book, Our Revolution, is being adapted for teenagers in hopes of encouraging them to be engaged in public service. The young adult version of the book is expected to hit shelves in April and sell for $17. New details today from Capitol Hill. A former State Department employee who set up Hillary Clinton's private email server is in contempt of Congress. The House Oversight and Government Reform Committee approved contempt resolution against Brian Pagliano on a 19-15 vote. A resolution states the computer specialist did not comply with 2 subpoenas ordering him to appear before the panel. Pagliano's attorney said in a letter to the committee that the subpoenas were part of a political agenda to embarrass his client. We continue to track breaking news out of Southwest Lubbock County right now following a traffic accident involving a pickup truck and a semi. It happened around 4:30 just west of the new J. Ferg Roofing Pro Rose building on Brownfield Highway. Let's send it live to KCBD News Channel 11's Gloria De Leon, who is on the scene with the very latest. Gloria.
Well, Christy, we are about 6 miles east of Ropesville right now on Highway 6282. And just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on right now, we definitely have Wolfforth Fire and EMS here on scene. We have DPS here on scene. The Lubbock County Sheriff's Office is on scene as well. They're trying to figure out, it looks like a car is on, or a pickup, excuse me, is on the eastbound lanes. Now there's a Pepsi semi out here. Not sure if they have any involvement whatsoever. It's just kind of stopped in the eastbound lane. Now here on 6282, when we pulled up, we actually were stopped in traffic as AeroCare's chopper landed, and then once that chopper took off, we were able to kind of get through. Now traffic here going west on 6282 is down to 1 lane on the right lane, and then going east, it's being diverted. There's a long line of cars right now, but traffic is being diverted onto a dirt road and then back onto the highway after they kind of get around the scene. We don't have much information yet, but we are working with authorities to find out exactly what happened here today. We'll definitely keep you updated. We'll be live again tonight at 6, but for now, we'll send it back to you, Christy.
Gloria, I know that AeroCare was there on the scene. Do we have any information about possible injuries?
Not at this moment. We did watch the chopper land and then take off, but we have no word on injuries at this time. Christy?
Okay, thank you so much, Gloria. Well, of course, developing story there. We'll have more on that coming up at 6 o'clock.